North Korea flies 12 warplanes near South Korean border, prompting Air Force scramble. Kim Jong Un ordered a pair of ballistic missile launches earlier Thursday. 12 North Korean warplanes flew in formation near the South Korean border in a simulation of an air-to-ground attack on Thursday morning, prompting Seoul to scramble 30 fighter jets of its own. The South Korean military says it detected 8 fighter jets and 4 bombers in the North Korean formation. South Korea's flight of 30 warplanes did not engage the sortie, however, and only guarded the country's airspace. The flight is only the latest aggression to come from Kim Jong-un's regime in recent months, which has launched numerous ballistic missiles in recent weeks too. North Korea fired a pair of short-range missiles early Thursday, in further response to joint military drills between the United States and South Korean militaries. The United States Navy has deployed the USS Ronald Reagan aircraft carrier to the region to participate in exercises. The drills have not been without mishaps, however, as a South Korean ballistic missile malfunctioned and exploded on the ground on Wednesday. United States military officials clarified that the warhead on South Korea's missile did not explode, but the propellant caused a large blast and flames. The incident caused many local residents to fear that an attack from the north was underway, and the military didn't clarify the cause of the explosion and flames for hours. No injuries were reported from the incident, civilian or otherwise, however, and South Korean officials say no buildings were damaged. Both United States and South Korean warplanes took part in a bombing exercise, using JDAM precision bombs, after an earlier launch from the north on Tuesday. North Korea fired 3 ballistic missiles in the lead-up to Vice President Kamala Harris' visit to Seoul last week, which coincided with pre-planned military drills between the United States and South Korea. Tuesday's launch flew more than 2,800 miles, the longest flight from a North Korean missile in months, according to White House National Security Council Coordinator John Kirby. The United States was still assessing the flight information to determine what kind of missile the regime fired as of Wednesday. North Korea threatens nuclear action if Kim Jong-un assassinated. North Korea has adopted a new doctrine that would see the country automatically and immediately use nuclear weapons in the event it felt that its chairman Kim Jong-un had died as the result of assassination. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea, DPRK, adopted its new policy on nuclear forces on Thursday, October 6, 2022. The new nuclear posture addressed a number of situations, but the most concerning one, for international officials, focused on what would happen in the event that command and control over the nuclear force were in danger because of an attack. In case the command and control system over the state nuclear forces is placed in danger owing to an attack by hostile forces, a nuclear strike shall be launched automatically and immediately to destroy the hostile forces, including the starting point of provocation and the command according to the operation plan that decided in advance, the policy said, according KCNA Watch. The policy also applied to a nuclear or non-nuclear attack on state leadership and important strategic objects of the state. A spokesman for United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said that United Nations chief remained deeply concerned about the new policy, which is contrary to decades of efforts to reduce nuclear proliferation. The DPRK, by pursuing its nuclear weapons program, including its development of missiles using ballistic missile technology, continues to disregard the resolutions of the Security Council to cease such activities. The Secretary-General reiterates his call to the DPRK to resume dialogue with the key parties concerned, with a view to achieving sustainable peace and the complete and verifiable denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, the spokesman continued. The new policy appears to have passed as part of Kim's renewed hardline stance to never part with the nuclear capabilities his country has worked for decades to build, nor to use them as a bargaining chip for denuclearization with the United States. Kim stressed, in a statement on Friday, that the policy has great significance in drawing a line for his country in opposition to foreign powers, according to state-run media. He added that the country's nuclear stance and policies would not change until the political and military conditions of the Korean peninsula do as well. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol had recently speculated during a TV debate on Thursday that a preemptive strike on North Korea might be necessary in order to curb war and protect world peace. "We are not trying to wage war, but to curb it," Yoon said, adding, "The kill chain, which is called a preliminary blow, is to protect peace." Justice Party presidential candidate Sim Sang-jung argued that Yoon's stance is dangerous as a preemptive strike is going straight to war. It is like a declaration of war, according to the Korea Herald. United States and South Korea begin largest joint military exercises in years amid China aggression, North Korea threats. North Korea has flatly rejected calls to disarm its nuclear arsenal. North Korea flatly rejected calls from the South to denuclearize last week. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol made a radical proposal that would allow North Korea to join the international economy if the country disarmed its nuclear arsenal. Kim's sister dismissed the proposal out of hand on Friday. It would have been more favorable for his image to shut his mouth rather than talking nonsense, as he had nothing better to say, Kim Yo-jong said in a statement. While this week's military drills are not designed with China as a potential adversary, the renewed partnership between the United States and South Korean militaries will also send a message to nearby China. The Chinese military has held extensive and unprecedented live-fire drills surrounding the island of Taiwan in recent weeks. The country has cited trips from United States lawmakers to the island as the reason for the escalation. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was the highest-level United States official to visit the self-governed island since Speaker Newt Gingrich in 1997. As North Korea is planning to export military equipment to Russia, the President of United States administration has become increasingly concerned about the North and its pursuit of nuclear weapons. The country has tested more than 30 ballistic missiles so far this year, including its first launch of intercontinental ballistic missiles since 2017. This, as North Korean leader Kim Jong Un attempts to ramp up his nuclear arsenal despite United States-led pressure and sanctions. If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, kindly like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and click the bell icon to get new video updates. Thanks and remain blessed.